Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is somebody Smallville. That's right, everybody. It is Thursday, which means it's time to go back to Smallville. This is our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap and rewatch every episode of Smallville week by week, episode by episode. Shout out to our Patreon patrons for joining us here. They help us do the show. Remember, you can help us out here by going to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. You can support us just like our Patreon producer of the month of September, Basilius of Stupidonia. Shout out to him for being our Patreon producer. Remember, you can join us at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome as well as youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can become a member and use these fantastic emojis. I might be a little biased, but there they are in the chat. Shout out, speaking of chat, to David Jones.
What's up, David
wearing
Jones?
my Superman shirt. Heck yeah. That's how we do it here in Smallville.
I don't know if you caught it, but Lucy had her head. Whoa, I'm way off. Lucy had her head hanging on the wire.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Oh, is that why he's laughing?
Yes.
I was like, why is Maggie laughing?
I cannot believe he does not catch this.
Yeah,
But
I'll see it in
her
a
head.
replay at some point, yes.
She put her head through the.
Wow, she's ridiculous. You know what else is ridiculous, Maggie?
What?
Going back to Smallville.
Big old green fart.
Oh my gosh. So here we are, everybody. This is I feel like we're a little bright. Let's take it
That's
down
better.
a little bit. Yeah, that looks more up. So here we are. Maggie, we have just wrapped up season 3 of Smallville. Can you believe it?
Hard to believe.
Season 3.
I'll be honest, I didn't think this would last this long.
Oh man, Maggie, wait till I tell you you've got 7 more seasons to go.
No, well, I meant like our track record, wherever we've tried to start up something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just I every time we go live, I'm like, we're still going, man.
71 episodes. This is our 71st episode. Can you believe it?
What are we gonna do for the 100th?
For the 100th episode of Going Back to Smallville?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably nothing. It depends on what episode it is. It depends on the episode.
Oh, okay.
Hey, wait. How many weeks is it? Oh my God. Maggie.
What?
Currently, it is 28 weeks until Billy gets here. This is episode 71.
Okay.
If we can screw him over for an extra week, he will be here for the 100th episode.
Oh, I like that.
That's great, right?
I'll be on maternity leave, so
well, no, we're gonna pause during maternity leave. So, yeah,
I like that. We could screw Billy over.
Just an additional week somehow. We do like a bonus episode or something. Yeah, that'd be great. What a great bit it would be if it was all actually just counting down to the 100th episode. It's too bad we didn't think about it like all the way through, because then we could have just been counting down to 100.
I thought he wanted to do a specific episode.
He does.
Okay. Does it land around there?
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing is I've been counting it down.
Okay, so it will.
It's currently we're 1 week off, so we just need an extra episode somewhere. So maybe we do a special standalone episode where we watch like something special.
Is there a Superman Christmas special anywhere? Unless it's an animated Superman.
I was gonna say probably. Like I know that there was the Gotham Knots. Yeah. Like I think it was maybe called Oh Holy Knot, but spelled with a K. Might have been. But it was that was the premiere of the new Batman Adventures.
Oh, okay.
When they started showing on Kids WB. So
okay.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Let's see here. So obviously I was watching Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie.
Oh, bruh. No.
And they eat Eeyore. That's weird.
That's dark, man.
I'd heard that there was a Winnie the Pooh horror movie, and like I get it, it's an easy thing to be like, oh, we're we can make money off this, but like it looked terrible, honestly. Like it looked like dog shit. Okay, so I mean, I hope it was enjoyable though. I mean, hey, if you like that, that's
that's your cup of tea.
It's no Mr. Nibbles, but what can be. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Horatio Nibbles.
No, Mr. Hopefully Nibbles. That way we're legally not obligated to
Mr. Horatio Hopefully
Maggie.
Nibbles.
Maggie. The H stands for hopefully. All right. So, get this. This is Season 3, Episode 23, Special Features. That's right. We are going to be discussing Season 3 as a whole with a specific spotlight on the special features, but we'll be talking about everything as all in one here. Did you unmute your mic?
Yes, I did.
So, original air date of Smallville Season 3 was October 1st, 2003 through May 19th, 2004. That was how it all played out.
Oh.
The synopsis is as follows. Clark returns to Smallville after his self-imposed exile in Metropolis to face his problems. His and Lana's relationship ends faster than it begins. He meets Perry White, learns more about his biological father, and gains a new ability, super hearing. Lost my spot. Sorry. Finally, sacrificing himself to save his father, Clark agrees to fulfill the destiny that Jor-El wants. Pulled into the Kawachi Cave wall, he is transported to the unknown. Into the unknown!
Brave in the caves.
Into the unknown! Into the unknown!
Shit, man. God.
I had to go for it, obviously.
What?
We're missing somebody.
I am not certain.
So our daughter is playing a fun game tonight where she sneaks out of a room without us knowing. So
I'm gonna go check the living room just to make sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
I apologize, guys.
You're fine. So Maggie will be right back. I'll continue explaining the synopsis for this season. So Lionel conspires with his old friend Morgan Edge, Dominic Toretto, who arranged for Clark's vial of blood to be stolen. He retrieves the sample and is... Sorry, Maggie walked back in and it threw me off. He retrieves the sample and uses the vial in an attempt to cure his terminal liver disease, testing the treatment on a new subject, Adam Knott. Well, I remember him. When Chloe and Lex learn that Lionel killed his parents, Lionel conspires to make it look like Lex has a psychotic break and institutionalizes him, where he gives him a treatment to make him forget Lionel's misdoings. However, Lex is brought back home where he undergoes several psychiatric evaluations. In attempts to get rid of witnesses for his impending trial, Lionel plans attempts on Chloe and Lex's life. Season 3 takes place during Clark, Lana, Pete, and Chloe and the rest of their classmates' junior year at Smallville High. They are ages 16 to 17. This is Smallville, Season 3. How did you feel about that, Maggie? That was good insight. That was mainly for the audio listeners. Maggie's still not back yet, so I just want them to think that, the audio is screwing up or something. Maggie, I just finished telling everybody the synopsis here. And to reiterate, it is Clark, Lana, Pete, and Chloe's junior year at Smallville. They are supposedly ages 16 to 17 in this. Tom Welling.
I call a little bit of bullcrap on that.
I'm pretty sure at this point Tom Welling had a grandchild.
No.
I'm
Poor
joking.
Tom.
He looked great. Maggie, how did you feel about this season?
I really enjoyed it. I know I think it's one of the stronger seasons so far.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So, would you say... I mean, well, we're going to be ranking stuff later, but so you're still feeling pretty high on Smallville? Like this didn't lower you down or anything?
No.
That's good.
No.
Any spotlights, any moments in particular you thought were more fun or that you enjoyed more? Or
I really didn't like when Pete was the boss Ross. So,
dude, for real, that is maybe one of the worst.
That episode probably annoyed the crap out of me.
It's not as bad as the bug guy.
Yeah,
but it's bad. I hate that
rough.
episode.
It's rough. I don't know. Chloe getting superpowers. That was weird.
That was a fun one. I like
it.
that
It
one.
was fun.
you
Clark's
feel
like,
about-
what do I do?
some of the episode spotlights from the season, of course, we've got Relic, the one
Yeah.
where Clark, I guess it's just, or is it Lana? But one of them starts seeing the past,
Oh, it was Lana.
and then but Clark also gets kind of sucked into it, right?
Yeah, I think somehow
Because he's supposed to be Joe or Jor-El.
Yeah,
He's Jorb.
Jorb.
Yeah, and like they like fly and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's.
I want to say I could be wrong, but especially where we've been watching like the Super Nice playback and watching the VHS tapes and stuff. I want to say that episode was not necessarily inspired by, but like another big hit at the time was American Dreams.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that episode was kind of playing to that audience a little bit, which is fun.
Yeah.
But
That
I mean,
was
it was
a big
definitely
thing back then. Apparently.
Yeah, it was huge.
I still can't get over like when it was on and it it would show like the preview for the following episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, who watches this? And then I go to school and my cousin's like, oh, I love American Dream. I'm like, you're that person that
Honestly,
watches that show. That's kind of I just didn't expect it.
It's
you
not
know?
it's not a bad idea. Like,
no.
let's reuse old footage from American Bandstand, right?
Yeah.
I wanted them to do like kind of a similar show, but more like Studio 60.
Yeah.
But it'd be about the first 5 years of SNL.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so you would watch the episode that leads up to the episode of Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
and then they would air that episode immediately after it.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, nothing like that's ever happened. So,
Yeah.
why give Matt money to make the fucking best show ever made? Why bother? Why bother? So inside of this, we also got what were some of the other episodes stand out? Of course, the Asylum, the one where where Lex is broken.
I think I really liked that one, even though it's the Superman Revenge Squad.
Well, it was cool seeing people return. That's always cool when the freak of the week come back.
But like he was right on the cusp of knowing who Clark was.
I know, and then they just took it away.
And I don't know, I think I felt like in one way, I think Lex wouldn't have done anything to Clark. Because, I mean, Clark saved his life.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, but then at the same time, he's like his dad.
Yeah. Like, at what point does Lex start thinking, how can I use Clark's abilities for my personal gain?
Yes.
It could happen at some point.
How can I be better than him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially the Naman episode.
Yeah.
Like him reading the prophecy and like Lex reading the prophecy and thinking that, the Sagit, I think was his name, that maybe he's the good guy, because to keep somebody like Naman in check. You know? So I mean, it even kind of alludes to that.
Yeah.
I gotta say that the one before he goes into the asylum, probably my favorite needle drop, maybe in the entire series. I can only think of maybe 2 or 3 other ones that would maybe come close.
Yeah.
But the Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
When that plays, I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And like you just see Lex and he's like just like looking all like fucked up through the mirror, Like, I love that part. I would say, honestly, another good needle drop. I forget. I think it was called Hereafter was the episode, and it's where we see the cape, the Superman cape.
Mm-hmm.
But the needle drop was at the beginning when it just starts and it's playing 100 Years to Live by Five for Fighting.
Yeah.
And like they're just running through like the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, has nothing to do with the rest of the episode. Not really. And, but I still just love that.
Yeah.
Like just that opening shot. Like it could be just take that, put it on a loop,
Yeah.
I'm listening to it while I'm going to the green belt, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's great.
Let's see. Also, I guess another big one that stood out this season was the episode where Lex finds out about Julian and has that kind of breakthrough moment. And we get a little bit more into Lex's psyche.
Yeah. And
how'd you feel about that?
He had so much buried in his memory. It was so sad. And that his mom didn't want didn't want them pitted against each other.
Yeah.
And she wanted out of the marriage.
Honestly, she needed help. Like, especially nowadays, you can like it's a lot more obvious. Like, this fucking sucks. Like she deserved better than that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What was her name? Lillian.
I think so.
And of course, that's I believe the same episode where we get Clark remembering Laura.
Yeah.
And, we get to see baby Kal-El, getting closed into the ship and stuff. Very reminiscent of Superman the movie, obviously.
And then I think that's my favorite moment is when he tells Martha, he said, I know my biological mom's name. And she said, oh, you do? What is it? And he says, it's Laura. And she said, that was your first word.
Yeah. Well, because he's like, I can't believe I forgot about her. She meant so much to me. I can't believe I forgot her. And then Martha's like, you didn't, Clark. That was actually your first word. Yeah. And it was so sweet, man. Oh, like my God.
Favorite thing,
I think. Dude, Martha killed it this season, honestly.
Yeah.
Jonathan Kent getting superpowers at the very beginning of the season was fun. I mean, it's fun just John Schneider getting to do that, right?
Yeah. And also John Schneider also getting the clock old Lionel right in the face.
That was great. That was great. I will say that I think they did a lot of work on Jonathan's character this season.
Yeah.
To really bring him around to the Jonathan Kent that we all know.
Yeah.
Little less rough around the edges.
Well, yes, and like going through that whole experience for him.
Well, and like what he had to have the heart surgery. Yeah. But I mean, even as far as like, he starts saying, Clark, whatever you think is best, I trust you, and like season 1, Jonathan Kent would have never said that.
Oh, heavens, Betsy, he knew that Clark was into Lana in season 1, and here he is. Hey there, Whitney, I see you got a girlfriend named Lana. Well,
check it out, Clark. Whitney's porking Lana.
And also, Whitney plays football. Oh
man, Clark,
he's just like me.
Don't you wish he was as cool as Whitney? You piece of shit.
And Clark's like, you piece of crap. Why don't you love me?
So yeah, I think that was definitely some of the highlights for the season, for sure. I want to say there was maybe like, I feel like this season more than the previous two has felt the most disjointed.
Yeah.
And like they were definitely building to stuff, and in the back half it felt like they kind of took all those loose threads and really worked to thread them all together. Right?
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it felt like it just wasn't as thought out as previous seasons were. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's just because like Algo and Miles Miller were starting to work on Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And maybe that had a piece of it, or if it's the third season, so maybe they're just trying to fill it out, like what could work, what but like I can't tell you what episodes, like 3, 4, 5.
Also, another thing I didn't like, they're not friends anymore, Lex and Chloe.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll be talking about their relationship. Don't you worry about that.
But like that really bummed me. I was like, man, that's what got me kind of into it.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the selling points of the show was,
they're friends.
Lex Luthor and Superman are best friends. Yes. How do they? You're waiting to see how they fall apart.
Yeah.
And honestly, this whole show, this whole series, Smallville, has that kind of, that air of we all know where this ends, right? Like we all know Clark Kent, Superman, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor. Yeah. We all know those relationships, and so it's always anytime something positive is happening, there's still that hint of sadness because even if Clark and Lana were to get together, it couldn't last because that's not what happens.
It's not destiny.
Now that being said, Algo and Miles Miller very, 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 very stern about that.
Yeah,
right. That it has to kind of the goal was for it to kind of lead into Superman the movie. Like obviously, there's a lot of stuff that wouldn't make sense, but like that was kind of where they were trying to get their version of Superman, right? But once they leave the show, the new showrunners, the executive producers that have been there the whole time, they become a lot less inclined to be like, we have to stick perfectly to what Superman is.
Yeah,
like because you really start feeling it in like the back half of the series.
Yeah.
Not the final 3 seasons, but like the final seasons with Algo and Miller, of like you can tell they're just kind of waiting, like they're just holding on to stuff because like they think if they do this one step, that the show's over.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of the new showrunners, they're very much like they want to let it do what it is, and if it slowly becomes like a superhero show, then that's fine, but like
makes
Miller
sense if it does.
Yeah, but Miller and Go, they were very much not wanting to do that. They were just trying to keep it a drama, that just so happens to be about Superman.
Yeah.
So you'll get a little bit more of that as we're going, but all in all, I definitely think season 3 was good. I would still say I probably liked season 2 just a hair better. Okay. I think it had some more of my favorite episodes in that one. But season 4, I can't wait.
I've heard you and my brother and your brother.
I can't wait.
So season 4 is so great.
Season 4 was the first season I watched weekly, and the fact that it's still one of my favorites should say a lot.
Okay. Because
usually when I switch from binging to weekly, it's usually I feel like it's not as good because I have to wait so long. But no, it still
that
feels
is
great.
hard.
It still feels good.
It's kind of like when
I can't wait.
When
dude.
I would get caught up on an anime, then I'd have to wait weekly on episodes. God, that sucks.
It sucks, dude. It's the worst. But you know what else is the worst?
Relationships.
Well, actually, we didn't.
Joking.
No, you're fine. I was gonna go into that, and then I realized there was a couple more things we didn't talk about.
Whoops.
Chloe Chronicles, Volume 2. It does still kind of work for it, I guess. Chloe Chronicles, the special features, they were back again for this season. We talked about this in the season 2 episode about the special features. Mm-hmm. I want to say these were
meh.
I want to say they were worse.
Yeah.
But granted, I don't really remember the first set either. But I mean, these did have Lionel at the end of it, which was cool.
The first set I think had they had more structure, and there was more characters and stuff. Like it showed that one dude's wife.
Yeah, it's about Earl Jenkins.
Yeah,
and
like it had substance.
Yeah,
this did not have any substance whatsoever.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Chloe Chronicles came out, and the guy or the person, whoever it was, that was writing it was. Thinking like, oh, this will be good. This will help my like career or whatever, or I'm gonna get paid extra for it. And obviously, webisodes and stuff they weren't paid for those. Yeah. And so then maybe when they were like, hey, you have to do another set, he just phoned it in.
Like, guess what, guys?
I don't blame him.
I'm gonna give you this job, and I am not doing any of it this time.
I will say it was super weird when it would go from like a not even a motion comic, like, because motion comics at the very least are like slightly animated. This was like somebody threw up the PNG of the comic and just kind of slide over it.
It looks like those YouTube videos where people read children's books. That's what it reminded me of. I was like, oh, I'm being read to. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't have to read it. I just have to listen to it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the fact that they use that instead of having to spend like budget on sets was, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about it. It was fun. Definitely, like, if this was the reason you bought the DVD, like, it's definitely not worth it.
I just love, like, Pete, where'd you go? And then she texted her, said, whoa! And then it shows a comic, and you're like, oh, they fell in a hole.
Oh, there's a huge lab.
They're
getting out of the hole. And
it's exploding.
And then Lionel pulls up in a limo.
Lionel's like, what are you doing out here? They're all like, we're going on a hike.
Honestly, I appreciate the effort that Warner Brothers was trying to put into this like multimedia storytelling.
Yeah.
It very much reminds me of, I think it would have been the year before this, but The Matrix Reloaded. When it came out, and they kind of also had the Animatrix and Enter the Matrix. Yeah. And like all three of these kind of told a story together, but they were in different medias. Yes. Like, I like that stuff, Yeah. This just wasn't that good. They wanted to do that, but spend as little money as possible was kind of the goal. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, that's Warner Brothers for you.
Cutting corners is the best, Matt. What are you talking about?
Also featured in the season DVD and Blu-ray was the commentary and deleted scenes. We didn't really check out the commentary. There were some deleted scenes we talked about because we were trying to cover them episode by episode.
Oh, we found the birthday.
Yeah.
The Clark's surprise birthday party.
And like we started the commentary for like Lex's, the episode where he remembers his mom.
Yeah.
And just kind of couldn't get into it. But then also the gag reel.
The gag reel is really funny.
It was really funny. Michael Rosenbaum's stupid funny, man. God, he's great.
Tom Welling is like nowhere to be found in the gag reel in this one.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck you want me in here for? Come on, I got a job to do.
Michael Rosenbaum farts in front of Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I mean, that's the best thing you could do in front of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, all right?
I think that's hilarious. But like, it's mostly Michael Rosenbaum throughout the whole entire gag reel, just being the one that cuts up the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Listen, he leans in and tries to kiss somebody. Was it Lionel?
It was Lionel. Oh man, nah, he's great. Honestly, I could see Tom just being more serious and like just not really having funny bloopers, you know.
Well, I know. I had I think this is from like their season 1 of Small Talk or
Talkville.
Sorry,
Talkville,
not
yeah.
Small Talk.
You're fine.
Jesus.
Small Talk's good. That's a good name.
Talkville. About how them and either the prop guy or the sound guy, they used to play pranks on each other. Him and
oh wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Michael Rosenbaum was talking about that, and Tom Wellings just started laughing. And he's like, "Yeah, you remember that one time?" And I was like, "Oh, they were both jokesters on set. This is great."
I can't wait for our show to be done so that we can listen to their show. You know, like, because we don't want that to like recolor or recontextualize the way we cover.
Or I follow Michael Rosenbaum on Instagram. He'll put up snippets.
Oh yeah,
and I'll always try to make sure. I'm like, are they? I know they're not ahead of us, but I'm going to make sure.
Right. Well, and obviously they could still, even if they're not ahead, they could still talk about future spoilers. Yeah. But no, I think usually they're real good about the social media posts just being like not really about Smallville like plot.
No,
it's more about like the fun stuff.
Yeah, and they had the actress that plays Martha on there.
Oh yeah,
and she talked about and she talked about how much she enjoyed being on set with them and stuff. So
that's awesome.
It was really sweet.
Shout out to Mama Martha.
Yes.
Still trying to bake those pies. Would somebody just let her bake the fucking pies already? Jesus. All right, Maggie. That's pretty much all the special features. We'll talk more about those here in a little bit when we get into the Freak of the Week. But for now, let's talk about some relationships.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Corey, God. Let's see here. How have the relationships grown or fell apart this season? So, what is it good for? How Clark and Lana have progressed this year. We began the season with Clark and Lana on the outs because Clark ran away. Of course, they ended season 2 as a couple.
Yes.
Until finally. Clark ran away, which is understandable. And then once Clark comes back, he decides to stay away from Lana to keep her protected. Then Clark changes his mind about halfway through. And Lana doesn't. She decides to go to Paris instead. At kind of the provoking of Lex. Like Lex kind of gives her a little bit of a push towards that,
Yeah, and I mean, I understand why he did it.
Totally. Because he wanted to pork her.
Well, yeah, but I think, where they was business partners and stuff, I think he knew like how independent she was.
Yeah.
And also, she has like nobody.
Yeah.
Family wise.
I think the term you're looking for, Maggie, is he wanted to bone her. Okay.
I agree with you on that, Matt. Quit.
I mean, that's what it was.
Anyways.
He didn't want to just fuck over Clark. He wanted to fuck Lana. He wanted to have relations. All right.
I'm going to bed.
So let's see here. Clark changes his mind. Lana didn't. Lana leaves Smallville, having never gotten back with Clark.
Nope.
That's where we left the season. Of course, she saw Clark, and then she kind of didn't see him, I guess, and
Yeah.
like found the rose, and
Yeah.
you know, that was it. You know, really left their relationship in a weird place this
Yeah.
season. Like it feels like if they're inching the Lex story forward to like Lex becoming, you know, the Lex Luthor that we know, this almost feels like they're really trying to inch the Lana story forward of like they're not going to be together.
Yeah.
At least that's how it feels right now. Does it stay that way? You be the judge. Well, the show runs for another 7 seasons, so I would not bet that the central love triangle of the series would be like cut out of the show. You know what I mean? So let's see here. What's the next one? Clark and Lex. Let's see how Clark and Lex have progressed.
Yes.
So Clark and Lex had many ups and downs this season. Of course, Lex started off on the island.
Yeah.
Killed a man.
Yeah.
Turned out that man wasn't real. He actually had malaria.
Yeah.
And it turned out that had nothing to do with it or something.
No.
And
Or
then
he
that
didn't
turned...
have malaria or something like that.
No, I think... yeah, I don't know.
Like,
and
is he
then...
like a psychotic
Well,
break?
yeah, but then that turned out that his psychiatrist was being paid off by Lionel to
Yeah.
convince him he was crazy so they could
Yeah.
put him in the mental institution. So, like, I don't know. And then we just never go back to that.
No.
So I have no idea.
It kills the lady.
And so he does. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
How many people has he killed this?
Oh my God, Maggie.
this
It's
season?
countless. God. Lex learned Clark's secret about midway through the season, but then immediately had his memory erased on the next episode, which was a great episode for the, 45 minutes
Mhm.
of runtime that we had
Yes.
of Lex knowing Clark's secret. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I
That's
kind of
what
wish it
said
would have
that
lasted
was one of my
longer.
favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted it to last longer.
It would have
And
been
then
cool.
they're like, nah.
I mean, you could have explored it a little bit more.
Yeah, you could
know?
have at least seen how Lex would truly
Yeah.
react.
I mean, because you could always just erase
Because-
his memory later. You know?
yeah, because at that point, I think Lex had decided not to investigate Clark.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, he still had the room.
he still had
obviously.
the room, but bro.
He's got his big old Clark room.
But just to see that possibility play out, that would have
Yeah,
been great.
It would have been cool. C'est la vie.
Yeah.
Lex grows increasingly irritated at Clark for all his lies throughout the season. So, especially once he loses his memory, it's like the back half. They really were like, okay, we need to start pushing them not liking each other. You know, let's
Yeah.
really get that rolling.
I don't know what episode it was. I know we always call back to this, but Clark just straight up
Lies to his face.
lies to his
That was,
face, and Lex knows.
His talisman, because
Yeah.
it was about him being there
With
at the college, and he's like, I'm working on a paper, and he's like, you sure work on a lot of papers, don't you, Clark? Fucking stupid fuck. Oh
Go
my
away.
gosh. Let's see here. Clark finally finds out about Lex's Clark room. So
Thanks to Lionel.
been hanging out since season
Gel
1.
Lionel.
Gelled Lionel. Been hanging out since season 1. You know,
Yeah.
this car, Lex's obsession with
Yeah.
Clark and the Kents and all of that finally kind of comes to a boil, and Clark sees it. And what happens?
Clark
they break
gets
up. They break
pissed.
up. They're no longer friends.
He
We end the
does. He
season-
does. Clark does keep his word about testifying.
And yeah. Testify.
Yeah, which is good on
It's
you,
the right
Clark.
thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, you did see Lionel do that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then after that, he said, your dad needed to be in jail,
Yeah.
but this friendship is over.
This friendship is over.
I was like, that man.
Hey, man. I mean, think about it, Maggie. If you walked into somebody's room and they had just giant fucking portraits of you and
I'd be
different
extreme.
yogurt containers and shit, you know, you had touched and you know what I mean?
I was like, yogurt containers.
You know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'd be pretty fucking pissed too, you know. I
I'd
probably
be
wouldn't even
scared.
talk to. Yeah, that's the thing.
I'd be scared. That's the thing. I'd be like, I gotta go.
It'd be like if Arnold found Helga's
Oh, I know her Arnold closet.
Yeah. Arnold closet. Can we just start calling Lex's closet her Arnold's closet?
The Arnold closet.
All right. And then as far as how Lana and Lex have progressed this week, slowly over the season, Lex began showing affection toward Lana. They never make any direct moves with each other, but the season does end with Lana looking forward to seeing Lex in Paris.
Yeah.
Except Lex is dead at the end of the season, so obviously he's not going to Paris.
Supposedly.
You're not going to Paris.
He like grabs her shoulders a lot throughout the season. And I'm just like...
Very inappropriate.
I'm just like, what's going on?
I mean, at the very least, Lex has got to be... Well, okay, let's think this through. Because Lana was like 10 when she went swimming at Lex's, and he had a lady over, and they were nude together. So, like, I'm assuming he was still in high school.
So maybe he was 16?
Let's say he was 16. So if Lana's 16, then Lex would be 22. And he's co-owner with it. Like, it's just...
there's too much. There's too much.
Come on, Lex. Like, come on, man. Come on. I mean, what the fuck is Lex doing hanging out with all these goddamn high school kids anyway? You know? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that anybody else that he's hung out with has ultimately tried to kill him.
Yeah.
But, like, still, man, like, you need some friends your own age, all right? You're like the weird guy still hanging out at the high school 6 years after you graduated.
All right,
you know?
all right.
You know what I like about Smallville girls? I'm not going to do it anymore.
I'm not doing it.
So, that is how things happen. Let's talk about the continuity. Still don't have a button for that. So, for the season, this is just how some of the continuity changed. Lex breaks free from his father. Mm-hmm. Lana stops managing the Talon. Lionel Luthor can be seen as the main antagonist as well as Jor-El for season 3. Pete moves to Wichita when his parents divorce. That's right. This is our second main cast member to leave the show?
I believe so,
because Whitney.
Yeah.
And now
Why.
Pete.
Yep.
Why.
Why and Pete.
Helen Bryce, Eric Summers, Ian Randall, and Emily Dinsmore make their final appearances this season. They will not return. Jill Teed returns as Maggie Sawyer in the episode Exile, previously playing her in season 2's episode Insurgents as the cop.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the Troubles. Virgil Swan also makes his last appearance as Christopher Reeve, who played him, died the next year, unfortunately. And I will say they do kind of wrap up that story. I mean, it does. Obviously, it feels rushed, but they do try. So I do appreciate that, but it does suck. Like it really felt like they wanted to do some like a really cool story with them. Lois Lane is referenced by her cousin Chloe in the episode Delete. Remember when Chloe's like, oh, just use my cousin's name. She has no interest in journalism.
Why don't she use a pen name?
Just use my cousin's, Lois Lane. So now, Maggie, there is this theory, okay, at this time. There is this theory that maybe Chloe was Lois. And that because Lois Lane had no interest, I mean, according to Chloe, has no interest in like reporting or any journalism or anything like that. Chloe is obviously our version of Lois for Smallville, right? I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
So the idea is that maybe Chloe goes into witness protection, becomes Lois Lane. That was pretty much the whole theory. That's the whole theory.
As face reconstruction.
I mean, you know, that was the thing is like maybe she doesn't. Maybe she just is still Chloe and like Clark knows, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about that theory?
Stupid.
I mean, Maggie, like, I'm going to go ahead and assume you know some things. I'm not going to like verify it and like I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yeah.
But like just forgetting any possible future spoilers you might know. Would you have considered that to be a possibility at the time if all you had seen was the first 3 seasons?
I don't know.
I think I would have, honestly. Like, I mean, I want to say, I mean, I did watch these seasons before like anything. So like, yeah, I did think that, honestly. I thought that was a cool idea. I mean, now looking at it, even if I didn't know anything about future stuff, like the writers never would have been that bold. You know, like as long as Miller and Go were involved, they would never have done anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And like that's the thing is, as you can see, they're trying to start like sawing off the stuff that doesn't fit, right?
Yeah.
So like Chloe blowing up at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe that means she's gone,
She's gone.
you know, because I mean Chloe can't be around because she's not around in the future. So like ultimately at some point Chloe has to die. Like that's kind of the working theory of Smallville, right? Anything that doesn't fit, they just have to die off.
Or move away to Wichita.
Yeah. Even though Pete Ross, that kind of doesn't work because Pete is still in Smallville most of the time. And like becomes Lex's like vice president and marries Lana Lang. Like their Pete is vastly different from the standard Pete.
Wasn't the one in the Henry Cavill Man of Steel? Wasn't that the one that ran that IHOP?
Yes it was. He looked more like Garrett.
Yeah.
Garrett. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Also, continuity wise, this season's finale was followed by the end of the final season, the 5th and final season of Angel.
Oh.
So it was double night.
Oh.
You got Smallville
Then
season 3
Angel.
finale and then the Angel series finale. Maggie, let me tell you, it's all right. It's all right. Like they didn't know it was ending.
Yeah.
Until like maybe like a few months before.
Yeah.
Like they weren't planning on this being the final season of Angel.
Aww.
And so like they really rush a lot. But they don't like rush it too much. Like they just leave things hanging on some stuff.
Aww. That sucks.
It does. And I really like season 5. There's a lot of people like they drastically rework the show for season 5. Okay. Like it's totally different.
I know I sent you that one clip of that guy that does the Lego thing.
Yeah.
Of Angel, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but this looks hilarious.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
I think Angel's has on like that Hawaiian tropical shirt. And those two other guys are there.
Yeah. Maggie, what if I told you there's an episode where Angel becomes a Muppet?
I think you had told
Maggie,
me that.
it's fucking amazing, Maggie. It's
like,
amazing.
And like, I mean, my experience with David
Boreanaz. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I watch Buffy, but like, I watch Bones.
Right.
And so like,
He was
played,
good, Bones.
Yeah.
He was a good Bones.
No, he wasn't Bones. That was the lady.
Wait.
He was FBI.
I thought he was Bones.
No. He gets married to Bones.
So wait, so
Zooey Deschanel's sister. That's
her name
Bones.
is Bones?
That's her nickname because she studies bones.
Jeez. Cheese and crackers, Maggie.
Anyways, but like I know he can be funny.
Yeah.
Because he'd find himself in circumstances in those episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I seen that, I was like,
they really try an Angel to let him spread his wings a little bit. Like I didn't even mean that one. I didn't even mean for that to happen. But they definitely try. But obviously it's hard because if Angel is happy, he loses his soul. So like it's really hard to like make that work. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is where we are as far as the continuity goes. So let's go ahead and jump into our freak of nope, sorry, it's not time for that yet. It's time to get into Traitor. Talk about all those who had treacherous actions this season on Smallville. Sorry. So over the season we had Helen Bryce was a traitor to Lex.
Yes.
Do you remember her?
Yes.
Lex's wife.
Second wife.
Yeah, second wife. Yeah.
Second wife.
We had Adam Knott, who turned out to be
Batman.
a traitor. Yeah, he was not Batman. Thank God he was not Batman. Let's see
he
here.
was in the gag reel too.
He was. Boone. He would go on the next season and be on Lost. Wow. Because it launched in 2004.
Yeah.
So, wow. So he left Smallville and went to Lost and then died. On Lost. And then played someone who was already dead for like years.
Yeah.
Because he was a vampire.
Oh, yeah. Vampire.
Who did you think I was talking about?
I was like, are you talking about Boone?
No.
That threw me. I was like, I don't remember vampires Lost. There's a smoke monster and a polar bear, but like, what is going on?
Dude, they should have had vampires. That was amazing. Virgil Swan, of course, was a traitor. He turned on Clark for kind of a moment. Not like it wasn't like a full turn, but like he was working with Lionel Luthor, so And then he still has the disc.
Yes.
Yeah, like where we leave it, he's got the disc. He's got the disc. He's got the disc. He's got the disc. Yeah, he's got the disc. Agent Frank Loader turned on. Don't even know her. He turns on Lex to work with Lionel to fuck over Lex.
Yes.
But then he turns on Lionel
because
Lex convinces him to fuck over Lionel. And then he dies, and Supergirl just blows him up. Fake Kara. Fake Kara melts his fucking ass. Farah.
Yeah.
And also not necessarily even her. It may have just been Jor-El because like she was like an embodiment of Jor-El apparently, and not actually like a living being or something. But that's just a theory. So who actually knows what's going on?
She could just touch something and just disappear.
It's kind of like remember that dude in Heroes that like his superpower was he could touch things and they'd melt.
Yeah.
It's like that. Remember like he melts like a pot.
Yeah.
That was it. Fucking what's his name steals his powers. Like of all the things you could steal, why are you stealing his like this powers? Like you don't need this powers. Skylar. Yeah. God, stupid fuck. Lionel turned on Lex multiple times.
And Lex turned on Lionel.
Lex turned on Lionel, and
multiple
Lex
times.
Had been turning on Clark the whole time.
Yeah,
the whole time. Kind of. I mean, I feel like he was never. I feel like the friendship stuff was never like fake.
No.
Just to get close to him. I just feel like Lex just could not let go. Like he couldn't accept that maybe somebody just truly likes him as a friend. You know, that somebody actually sees good in him, and like he couldn't just accept that maybe some things just happen and it's not all predetermined or whatever. Even though this whole show is about the fact that it's building to their destinies,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's actively working against what they're trying to teach Lex. But anyway, maybe you can't fight. Maybe you can't fight it. Maybe whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Yep.
No matter what you try.
To stand in a white suit in a field of sunflowers.
With blood. There is no fate but what we make.
I still need to make that my background at school.
I don't know why I
use the kids.
I don't know why I use the
just
drums
to freak out the kids.
You should. No, don't.
I won't do the
I don't
blood.
want you to.
No, I won't do the blood.
I still wouldn't even do a bald guy in a white suit like as a background at school. That'd
you know
be
what
weird.
to say? I'm just joking,
That's
by the way.
Gabriel.
I'd say that's God.
Oh my God, Maggie. God, no.
I'm joking.
No,
I am joking.
We need you to keep your job, please. Or we need a lot more people to join our Patreon. All right. Either way.
I'm joking, though. I swear.
We know you're joking, Maggie. No worries. Let's talk about puberty, but with superpowers.
Yeah. Big change.
Bingo.
So, this season, Jonathan temporarily gained Kryptonian powers, which would affect his health for the remaining of the season. Exile is when that happened, the episode Exile. Clark develops a new ability this year, which is super hearing in the episode Whisper. Was that the one that had the guy that was like...
Yes.
Yeah, that dude was
Yeah,
weird.
that was weird in the gag reel. Because, I guess the effect went to his mouth.
Yeah.
It made his mouth really big, remember?
I do remember that. Looked like a Snapchat filter.
You looked at each other like, what's going on? But no, that makes sense now because that effect, it accidentally went up.
It was weird. Clark discovers the significance of the sun's effect on his powers in the episode Perry. Perry Watt, a.k.a.
Perry Platypus.
Who
gets all the pussy.
I was trying to think of what his name was in Better Call Saul.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Saul,
God, what a great fucking show. His name was Jimmy.
Jimmy and...
Hank.
it wasn't Hank.
Better Call Saul was great except for the last 3 episodes.
Yes,
Like, what the fuck, man? God, sorry. Different show. Chloe gained truth powers, but also lost them in the same episode. The episode was titled Truth. That's pretty much it. I mean, obviously there was a lot of superpowers throughout the season, but these are the ones that affected like the characters.
Yeah.
Now let's get into no flights, no tots. Did they break the rule this season? Now, of course, we talk about it each week. I've gone in and looked at the episodes for about 10 minutes. I spent looking over the entire list of episodes and tried to remember if anything happened in it. So I may have missed stuff. I mean, I didn't go back to listen to our stuff. I mean, why the fuck would I do that? You know. Eventually, I would like to do that, though. I would like to go back, listen to all of it, so we can actually have a running tally of the times that they did it. But here are the times that they kind of broke the rule this season. So, in the episode Relic, Clark, as Jor-El, flies in the episode. He floats up with Lana's aunt or whatever.
It's Lana.
So, I mean, like, he did fly. It's not necessarily Clark Kent flying.
No.
But, I mean, it is Tom Welling flying on Smallville. I mean.
As Jorb.
Yeah, okay. And then we got Superman's cape.
Yes.
Shown in the episode Hereafter.
And I agreed on that one.
That is a breakage of the no flights, no tots rule. Yes.
Yes, I agreed with you.
Although, the cape isn't the tots. The tots is the blue part.
I know, Matt, but still,
it's the costume.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they're talking about.
And I mean, it's very much saying, "Oh, he's flying."
Oh no, I was just talking about the tots. I wasn't talking about the flots for that.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, it's the costume,
now,
like part of the costume, and then flying.
Granted, we didn't see Clark in the cape. We just saw the cape. I'm just saying. I'm just saying for the people who are saying they didn't do it. I'm just saying it for them. All right, devil's advocate. Me personally, I think the cape breaks the rule.
Yeah.
Because it is the tots.
Yeah.
And all I said was no flats, no tots.
Yeah.
You know.
There's flat and there's tots.
Now, obviously, here's the thing. This is a bit. All right. Like, we know what they meant. They meant you're not going to see Tom Welling dressed as Superman flying around. This isn't Superboy. We know that that's what they meant, okay? Yeah. And they haven't shown Tom Welling as Superboy flying around in Smallville. All right, we get it. But we're stricklers in this bit, and so that's why we're talking about this. And it's fun. So there you go. Let's see here. Clark is wrapped in a red blanket that looks like his cape in the episode Talisman when he's bleeding out.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan uses his healing powers that he has for some reason, which I think is gone now. I'm assuming it's gone.
Yes.
Does that count? It's a red blanket, so I feel like it's more of a reference.
It's a reference.
But he is wearing it though.
It's a reference.
He is wearing it though. And now I will say, Maggie, hang on now, because here's the thing. Okay, we can't say for certain, but historically speaking, Superman's cape is made from his baby blanket that he had in his ship.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, historically speaking, that is one of the ways. Obviously, there's various different ways that he gets his suit and stuff, but one of the ways was that Martha. How'd they do it? They used his heat vision to unstrand the fabric, and then they re-sewed the fabric to become his
cape.
Yeah, well, his whole suit.
Yeah,
because it also had yellow and blue and shit on it.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far,
guys.
but
yeah,
it could have been his baby blanket. It could have been. It was a red blanket that they had.
Yeah,
and if that is the blanket, like if they are going with lore of Superman, the his blanket ultimately becomes his cape, then technically we saw Tom Welling in his cape.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Stricklers. And then also in the episode Covenant, fake Kara flew with Clark. So does that count as Clark flying?
I don't know.
He's not propelling himself.
He's not. It's Kara.
But we're also seeing... Now, when they say no flats, no tots, we're only holding that against Clark, right?
Yeah. I'm holding it against Clark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that Kara flew, irrelevant.
Big whoop.
Yeah. Fake Kara.
Fake Kara.
Yeah, she's not even
Fair.
Kara. She's a figment of our imagination.
Fair Jorb.
So wait, does that mean that Clark made out with his dad? Sorry, that just hit me.
Oh, God.
Because the theory is that fake Kara was a figment that Jor-El had made.
Figment.
And like had Jor-El's like essence, like his powers and stuff, was endowed upon this image that he made. Right? And then she kisses Clark. So like maybe it's not weird because he's kissing his cousin. Maybe it's weird because he's kissing his dad.
Wow, chicka wow. Jesus.
You're my son. No. Come here, Papa John.
That's
God.
weird. That's weird.
Good job. Good stuff.
Good Jorb.
Let's see. I didn't go back and do DC references. I feel like there was too many.
We covered them, guys.
And I also didn't go back to do the Talon mix Remy Zero because we do that every week. So now it's time to get into the Freak of the Week.
Major funky.
Yeah. All right. So for the seasons, we do things just a little bit differently here in Smallville. So first off, we rank the special features. So currently at number 2, we have season 1. And at number 1, we have season 2 as far as special features go. Now, where do you want to put season 3's special features?
At number 3.
It really was kind of lacking.
It was.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed by this one.
I mean, granted, we didn't watch the commentaries.
Well, like the last time we tried.
The
Well, we did
CGI
for-
corn.
Yeah, we like
On the pilot.
I mean, that killed me.
It was
And,
pretty great. It was pretty
And also,
great.
I just feel like we get so bored because we've already watched it,
Yeah, that's true.
and we tune it out. You know.
Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to do is rank the best and the worst. Sorry, I'm trying to look this up because I didn't copy it. The best and the worst Freaks of the Week.
Okay.
Okay.
Garrett.
Currently. Now, we haven't done this at all yet.
Uh-oh.
So this is the first time we're doing this. So
Oh,
in
no.
season 2, at number 1 was Red Clark.
Ah.
This doesn't work. It's Red Clark. And the worst was Byron. Byron!
Jesus, Matt.
And then, let's see here. Season 1, we had...
Bud Boy is the worst.
What was the best?
What was the best? Let's see.
Was it a tornado?
The tornado?
Might have been.
Guaranteed it.
Oh, it was Ryan.
Aw, Ryan.
Ryan and Byron.
What is Oxycontin?
And of course, the last one was Bug Boy. All right. And then when compared to season 3, our current ranking, and we can lock this in first. Like we filled it out as we were going, but let's just make sure we still feel the same.
Yes.
The current ranking for the Freak of the Week is at number 21. Sorry, I ripped this out. I thought I could do it while I was talking. I can't do it.
No.
Number 21, Garrett. Number 20, Sarah Connor. Number 19, Chick Magnet. Number 18, Nathan For You. Number 17, Brainwave. Number 16, Van McNulty Must Die. Number 15, The Clone Saga Part 2.
Yeah.
Number 14, Pete. The Boss. Ross.
I roll.
Number 13, Famon. Number 12, Adam Knott. Number 11, Morgan Edge. Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Number 10, Lionel. Number 9, Jorb. Number 8, Gerald Garner. 275 pounds.
Lunch is canceled today due to the lack of hustle.
Number 7, J.K. Keyman. Number 6, Superman Revenge Squad. Number 5, Chloe. Number 4, Jordan Cross makes you wanna jump. Number... I didn't update the numbers.
Oh, no.
Everything is off by 1, so
Okay.
just keep that in mind. Yeah, because there's 22 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. I just have 2 number 4s. So
okay.
number 5, Jordan Cross makes you want to jump. Number 4, Fake Kara.
Mm.
Number 3, Perry Platypus who gets all the pussy.
Pussy.
Number 2, Cal. And number 1, Alicia.
Mm.
Do we want to keep it number 1, Alicia, number 21, Garrett?
I'm going to say yes.
All right. I'm cool with that. And number, 22. Because I forgot to update it. All right. So, Maggie. For our Freak of the Week ranking, let's do the best first. So,
The best.
the 3 number 1s are Red Clark,
Sorry.
Ryan, and Alicia. Who do you see? I think I'm going to throw this out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alicia is number 3.
Okay.
Like, I think we can agree Ryan and Red Clark are both above Alicia.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I love Alicia, obviously, but I think that's the case. Who are you wanting to put at number 1?
Red Clark.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I want to do. I love Red Clark. It's Red Clark.
What is wrong with you, Clark?
Even though, I mean, technically we could start calling him Cal at this point, but
Nah.
it's Red Clark. He'll always be Red Clark. All right. Current ranking of the best freaks of the weeks so far. Number 1, Red Clark. Number 2, Ryan. And number 3, Alicia. Maggie, let's talk about the worst.
The worst is still Bug Boy.
So you think number 1 in the worst category is Bug Boy?
Yeah.
All right. I agree with that. 100%.
Then Byron.
You think Byron? Okay, yeah. Then Garrett.
And then Garrett.
Because at least Garrett sucked.
Yeah,
but
Garrett
like,
sucked, but he had a reason why he sucked.
And like, he wasn't just the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Byron's the worst. And then Bug Boy just fucking sucks, you know? Like, you go from the first episode, like this great episode, and then the very next one is Bug Boy.
I'm this guy that
God.
sits in a tree and I put a bunch of butterflies inside of a box for you.
And like has the most perfect filming equipment.
Yeah.
Like in the history. Oh my God. It's crazy.
I'm gonna make a cocoon out of my mom. I'll eat her
weird.
later.
That's weird. That's so weird. God, what a weird fuck. Oh my God. All right. Your new ranking for the worst freaks of the weeks. At number 3, Garrett. Number 2, Byron. And at number 1, Bug Boy. That's it.
Byron and Garrett just sounds
Byron.
like
I'm Garrett.
it sounds like just two dudes that just annoy the heck out of you. You know?
At least they're not
Like
Randy. I'm Randy.
I think I have PTSD from that episode, man.
Oh, you know what I have PTSD from?
Sleeping.
It's time for the countdown to Billy.
Billser.
We're going to keep it at 28 weeks, but Billy, don't be surprised if it goes up a week, all right? So that you can be here for the 100th episode. So now let's get into next time on Smallville.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Star Wars?
Yes, I did. I wanted to mess with you so
Star
bad.
Wars.
I just wanted to mess with you. That's all.
Oh my God. All right, everybody. Next week, we've got Superman 3. That's right. We are watching Superman 3, the final. No, I'm sorry. There's still Superman 4. I forgot. But yeah, we're watching the next Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Yeah.
Superman 3 has Richard Pryor. Maggie, you've never seen Superman 3, right?
I believe I have, but
Okay.
it's been a while.
Well, Maggie, you're in for a treat.
I
Okay.
know I have watched it.
It's
And I remember, like, I'm like, why is they making this movie?
It's not good, okay?
I know I wasn't impressed with it.
It's not as bad as 4. Like, 4 is atrocious. But 3 is just not good. Like, 3, it's already going off the rails. So we'll be talking about that next week. And then, of course, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be discussing the Season 4 premiere of Smallville. And fuckers, I can't wait. I cannot wait for Season 4 to get here. One of my favorite seasons. It is. It is right there.
Is it top shelf?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the top half.
Okay.
Like 100%.
Like
100%.
Like there's top shelf liquor.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Is it top shelf?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say so far this is the best season we've watched.
Okay.
Like, I would then put season 2 up, like as the current best, but I would say season 4 is better than season 2. So very excited for that. So that's gonna wrap it up for us, everybody. Remember, we've got some trailer reactions going live this weekend, including Aquaman and Trolls, featuring our boys Backstreet's Back. All right. In sync. Ed will be back again live next Monday with the Hopefully Awesome Show, where we'll be talking about A Haunting in Venice. And then Tuesday, we'll be back with our watch along of Ahsoka. And then, of course, we'll be back next Wednesday with Super Nice Playback. It's going to be fun times live right here at 9 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. But that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.